The Golden Glow locomotive headlight was a standard fixture of most Santa Fe steam locomotives in the final 30 years of steam. Although they were not exclusive to the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad, the Santa Fe did exclusively use these headlights on all new steam locomotives from 1919 up to their last new steam locomotive delivered in January of 1945. In 1919, the Interstate Commerce Commission mandated electric headlights for passenger locomotives, which spelled the end of the old oil fired box headlights. Although the Santa Fe, like many other railroads, had used several other types of electric headlights before this, after the mandate, the Santa Fe standardized on a single headlight type, the Golden Glow. This changeover occurred just after Santa Fe also switched from mounting headlights high on the smoke box to mounting them in the center of the smoke box, which started with new locomotives at the Class 3500 462 Pacifics in 1914. Locomotives delivered with the Golden Glow include all of the 3400 class of 462 Pacifics, most of the 3160 class of 282 Mikados except for the first batch, all of the 4101 class of 284 Berkshires, all 464 Hudsons, which includes the 3450 and 3460 classes, most of the 482 Mountains of the class 3700, except for the first batch, all 484 Northerns, which includes the 3751, 3765, 3776, and 2900 classes, all of the 3800 class of 210-2 Santa Fe's, and all of the 210-4 Texas locomotives, which includes number 5000 Madam Queen, the 5001 class, and the 5011 class. The Golden Glow name was a trademark of the Electric Service Supplies Company. The name comes from the yellowish tinted reflector, which is made of Vaseline glass. Vaseline glass was a novelty glass used around the turn of the last century for a variety of household glassware items. Its name comes from its cloudy yellowish tint that is reminiscent of Vaseline, also a new product around this time. This yellowish tint comes from the uranium dioxide added to the glass, and this only slightly radioactive glass will fluoresce green under UV light. The headlight used a light bulb likely in the 2 to 300 watt range. Here you can see the blinding brightness this headlight produces with a 300 watt bulb. The headlight uses bulbs with a standard household light bulb base, which means that in a pinch, a train crew could swap in a standard 100 watt household light bulb. Here you can see the 300 watt bulb being switched out for a 40 watt bulb, which would certainly be unsuitable for road use, but looks nice for display. And here you can see the warm light that this headlight produces and from which it gets its name. The hatch on the side of the headlight is used to access the internals. The wiring is very simple, with just two wires. The reflector can be adjusted to aim the headlight up or down as needed. These headlights were also retrofitted onto most older steam locomotives that were rebuilt during this period until the end of steam in the 1950s. Just about every locomotive that went to scrap at the end of steam had these. Even the humble 440 Americans that survived into this era can be seen carrying it. After World War II, Santa Fe experimented with a new twin-beam sealed headlight built on a Golden Glow casing, and used these on several 484 and 210-4 locomotives. Although there doesn't seem to be any surviving documentation on this experiment, it seems likely these were intended to provide redundancy and better illumination. But this also could possibly have been a response to the end of the manufacture of Vaseline glass in 1943, when the US government suddenly began acquiring all existing stocks of uranium for their nuclear weapons programs. Today, you can see the Golden Glow headlights on nearly every surviving Santa Fe steam locomotive, including the two fully restored and operating locomotives, the 3751 and 2926. This particular headlight was previously owned by noted railroad photographer and author Stan Kistler, and was featured in Kistler and Larry Brashear's book, The Santa Fe Railway Steam Locomotive Painting, Lettering, and Detail Guide for Model Railroaders, published by the Santa Fe Railway Historical and Modeling Society. This headlight can be seen on page 47. After more than 100 years, the Golden Glow headlight remains the iconic steam locomotive headlight of the Santa Fe Railroad.